Welcome to the Blurred Society. I'm Sean Stewart. I hope you enjoy my edits, music, and sound design. Let's get into the video.
Here's what the Home Secretary is saying about immigrants coming in, which, by the way, you might notice something about the Home Secretary or even the literal current leader of the UK. You might notice something if you just look at it a little bit. You're like, wait a minute, what's going on with these conservatives? What's up with these brown conservatives? What's going on there? Let's take a look.
Last year, over 45,000 people made the unsafe, unnecessary, and illegal journey across the Channel. Our asylum system has been overwhelmed. We're now spending almost £7 million a day on hotels. Stopping the boats is one of the 5 promises the Prime Minister has made to the British people.
Remember, the more shit gets awful in the UK, and this is basically carbon copy everywhere around the world in most like Western neoliberal capitalist shitholes, the more things get worse for the people, the more there's like an energy crisis, the more there's like a crisis in wages, not hiring enough nurses, not offering better wages and improving the living conditions of workers in the UK, the more they're going to hit the fascism button, okay? This is how it goes. They're like, oh, the real problem in the UK actually isn't the fact that, your wages are dog shit. As a matter of fact, the real problem is fucking migrants coming over in boats, okay? The real problem is trans people. Like, it's always the same nonsensical bullshit, dude. It's like, that's not the reason, you fucking asshole. That's not it.
People, and it's my top priority. That's why today I'm announcing a new illegal migration bill to do exactly that. The Prime Minister and I have been working flat out for months to bring this legislation to Parliament. This bill will mean that if you come here illegally, you will not be able to stay. You will be detained and removed to your home country if safe, or a safe third country like Rwanda. We are committed to helping those in need, like the hundreds of thousands of people we have supported from Ukraine, Afghanistan, and Hong Kong in recent years. But it's not fair that people who travel through a string of...
It's not fair. Dude, same shit. Literally, oh, they're skipping the line. Yeah, dude. You know, the guy who's coming in here on a dinghy, that guy is like, what's not fair is the living conditions that those people are enduring, okay, in their home nations, oftentimes directly caused by, like, the British and the Americans, too. It's like, dog, you're Indian. Why are you speaking English right now in the United Kingdom? Think about it for, like, 3 seconds. How? How did that happen? I wonder how that happened. Perhaps the same conditions that led you to being this person, are the exact same conditions that people are trying to also escape. The point behind it being legal or illegal is that it's a made-up concept, especially as she's currently in the process of making it more illegal. You know what I mean? Like, if you, as a politician, have recognize that you have the capability of making things more illegal, specifically as it comes to migration, you understand that you also have the capability of making it less illegal. Oh, she's Sri Lankan? I'm sorry. I apologize. Well, Rishi Sunak is who I was thinking of, who is Indian. And that doesn't make you any less British than anyone else, okay? Which is ironic because, one very important British facet of existence is being this petulant asshole, this petulant, racist, horrifying, monstrous asshole who does not give a about other cultures. They cannot assimilate, I say. A Sri Lankan woman. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah. If you can assimilate this perfectly, so much so that you also adopt the classic British racist asshole aesthetic and opinions, then, everyone else can do that too. Now, we're going to talk about Gary Lineker right now. So this video comes out. Rishi Sunak has said some stuff like, if you're a migrant coming into the UK, you are not protected by anti-slavery provisions, by the way, which is insane to say. This guy, again, Indian, okay? Speaking English, in the UK, the current Prime Minister of the United Kingdom is an Indian man turning around and saying, like ethnically, turning around and saying, if you come to the UK illegally, you can't claim asylum, you can't benefit from our modern slavery protections, you can't make spurious human rights claims, and you cannot stay. The sanctity of the queue. It's so funny, dude. What a psychotic thing. Like, how have we gotten to this point? Rishi Sunak's very existence directly undermines the argument that he is trying to make, okay? And I'll tell you this much. The people you're doing this for don't think you're British. Remember that debate that we watched a while ago on British broadcasting where the fucking guy was like, well, you know, I've got a mate, Rishi Sunak is not British, and you know what I mean, he's fucking brown. Like, he literally was just straight up like, Rishi Sunak's not British. Like, these people don't see you as a full-blown, British person, okay? They don't see you as a British national. Guy's a billionaire. I don't think he cares. It doesn't matter. He's not on the team, dog. He's not on the team. You still didn't answer how they went from immigrants to anti-immigrants. It feels weird as fuck. What? No, this happens all the time. Okay. I was joking when I said that's so surprising. That's not surprising at all. That's what we talked about. 52% of Customs and Border Patrol officers are literally Hispanic. Okay. We covered this the other day. There was a Border Patrol guy who worked even before ICE when it was the INS. A guy who has deported thousands of Latinos from America was found to have been in the country illegally. He didn't even know it himself. And now he's getting deported. Like, it happens. First generation assimilation occurs. Second generation, it's like pretty much impossible to discern between like someone who's a second generation immigrant versus like, someone who's been in the country for 7 generations. By the third generation, it's over. Every facet of existence completely changes. By the third generation, every single immigrant, okay, every single person that has immigrated into the United States of America by the third generation is completely assimilated. They have achieved full-blown assimilation. And by that, I mean, you can be just as racist as the other people. You know what I mean? This guy, yeah, the undocumented agent, after spending nearly 2 decades facilitating deportations, he said thousands. Raul Rodriguez discovered that he was not a U.S. citizen. Now he's at risk of deportation himself. Yeah, it's close. Okay, so Gary Lineker responded to that and said, there is no huge influx. We take far fewer refugees than other major European countries. This is just an immeasurable, cruel policy directed at the most vulnerable people in language that is not dissimilar to that used by by Germany in the 1930s, and I'm out of order. And then they fired him for this. Gary Lineker will be spoken to by the BBC after appearing to compare migrant policy to Nazi Germany.